Okay, so welcome back. We're going to be talking about Chapter 8.1 now, which is adding and subtracting polynomials. So we're going to be talking a lot about polynomials, quadratics, things like that. So the first thing is to classify, add, and subtract polynomials. Okay, we're in A1.4.2. The first thing, the vocab that we need to know, is what a mononomial is. Okay, that's the base. It's like the smallest piece of a polynomial. Okay, mono means kind of one, so therefore mononomial is a number, a variable, or a product of a number and one or more variables with a whole number exponents. So what we mean by this is like 2 is a mononomial. Okay, that's one term. Okay, mononomials is one term. If I were to say x, that is a mononomial. If I were to throw in 2x, that is also a mononomial. And then, if I said 2x cubed, that also would be a mononomial. Okay, so I underline product because you have to understand these are all products. So 2 is by itself, x is 1 times x, 2 times x, 2 times x cubed, which x cubed is x times x times x. So that's what we mean. Now, one that is not, not a polynomial would be to say 2 plus x because of the addition. Okay, the addition makes it not a mononomial. That makes it actually two terms. You have the 2 and the x, so therefore it's not a mononomial. Okay, the second thing is the degree of a mononomial. Now that is the sum of the exponents of the variables in the mononomial. So in this first one, if I just had a constant number, the degree would be 0 because there's no x, or as we learned in section 7.1, there's an x, but that x is to the 0th power, making it 2 times 1. So therefore the degree is that 0. This one, it's x to the first, so the degree is 1. This one is to the first as well. If I throw in a y with that, this is still a mononomial, but that's 1 and that's 1, so that gives us actually a degree of 2. Okay, 1 plus 1, we add them up. This one would have a degree of 3. Okay, and we'll get more and more into that as we go through. Okay, so first we talk about problem number 1. What is the degree of each polynomial? So we're going through that same route. I have 5x. The degree of x here is 1, or the exponent is 1. So therefore, what's the degree of this mononomial, or this polynomial? Well, it would be 1. It would be a degree of 1, because there's that. Okay, if we look at part B, I have x cubed and x to the, or y to the second. So I'm actually going to take, since those all are variables, I'm going to take the 3 plus the 2, and I get 5. So therefore, my degree is 5. Okay. And the last one, C4, again, that's really, there's no variable, so the variable would have been to the 0th power. This is the 0 degree. Okay. It's not that it doesn't have a degree, it's just a 0. And again, that is because it's really like x to the 0. So that's where we're getting that 0 from. But that's the rules that we would follow as we would go through. Okay. So got it, number 1. Go ahead and do that. And again, at the end, I'll have those answers up for you. But be sure that you're doing it first. Okay. So let's talk about adding and subtracting mononomials. The rules are that you only can add like terms. So again, real quick, what's a refresher on like terms? X plus y, those are not like terms, so therefore I can't add them. But x plus x gives me 2x's. Okay, x squared plus x, those are not like terms, so I can't do anything. So we have to keep those things in mind. The only one I can add is this one right here. Okay, so keep that in mind as we go through. Now as we proceed through to this one, we have 3x squared plus 5x squared. So because my x squareds those are the same things. The 3 and the 5 are what we call coefficients. They're how many of those items do we have. That's really what it displays. So we're saying we have 3 of these x squareds here. We gain 5 of the x squareds here. So really what we get is 3 plus the 5, and then we have our x squared, which gives us 8x squared. Okay, in reality you can just say what's 3 plus 5. You don't really have to write that out, but our answer would be that there. Now in this same situation I have 4x cubed y to the first. Here I have x cubed y to the first. Since my variables are completely the same, they are like terms. Okay, they're identical. So therefore I get 4 minus the 1. The coefficient here is 1. So I have 3x cubed y to the first. And that would be our answer there. Okay. Now if those were flip-flops, so a quick check for understanding here. If this was 4x cubed y to first, and I said minus, and I said y to first, and x cubed, are those the same? Well, they are. I mean, I can rewrite by commutative property, saying that the order doesn't matter. I can rewrite this second one to be this here. And then in reality, you're right back to where we started, getting the exact same thing. So keep that in mind, that the commutative property says the order doesn't matter. Okay, so got it, number 2 again. Go through, see if you can do these. Give it a shot. At the end, I'll have the answer.